Welcome to West Virginia, Episode 3, Watoga State Park. Watoga is the largest of all of the state parks in West Virginia. Watoga has over 10,000 acres of sprawling woodland filled with a multitude of recreational opportunities. Many of our earliest parks, like Watoga, were built by the Civilian Conservation Corps, a New Deal program launched by President Franklin D. Roosevelt to create jobs for skilled workers during the Great Depression. Today, you can still visit or stay in the historic cabins, picnic shelters, and other structures built by the CCC boys at Watoga and several other West Virginia parks. Watoga State Park's name comes from the Cherokee word for starry waters. The park opened to the public in July 1937. Before then, it was a state forest designated as a wildlife and timber preserve. Work on developing the forest into a park began in 1934, but improvements stopped during World War II. After the war, work on the park resumed, and improvements and additions to the park continue to this day. There is a beautiful 11-acre lake which is used for paddle boating, row boating, and fishing. You can cast your line to fetch a trout, bass, bluegill, or even a catfish. There are over 15 miles of road and 40 miles of hiking paths, including the Allegheny Trail, for enjoying the quiet beauty of the park. On any given day, visitors can spot deer and black bear, as well as many different species of birds. The Workman Jarvis Cabin was built by Andrew Workman in 1887 and still stands on the Watoga property today. The basic structure is the same as it was in 1887, other than the addition of a modern roof to replace the hand-split oak shingles. A short hike up the Ann Bailey Trail from the cabin leads to the Workman Cemetery. It is well documented that the cabin was witness to a number of births and deaths over the years that the Workmans lived there. There are at least a dozen graves in the cemetery, although most of the stones are field stones and nameless. Several of the plots are quite small and suggest the graves of children. The only modern gravestone is that of Forrest Workman. The 80-year-old man was laid to rest there in 1975. You won't want to miss hiking to and climbing Ann Bailey's Lookout Tower or visiting the Brooks Memorial Arboretum. Fish in the Greenbrier River, swim in the huge outdoor swimming pool or paddle boat on the lake. For water enthusiasts, there are hours of fun. The Ann Bailey Lookout Tower is located on top of the ridge across the road from the campground. The lookout tower boasts some spectacular views of the Greenbrier River, Siebert, Caesar Mountain, and Little Mountain. Watoga has 38 cabins for rent. 29 of them are original CCC cabins. Stay in one of the cabins and you might be lucky enough to see some of the local wildlife, like this black bear. There are 2 campgrounds with 88 sites. 50 of those have electricity. There's a pool, tennis courts, and multiple playgrounds for the kids. While you're here, visit some of our many historical small towns and state parks. In West Virginia, we have plenty of outdoor recreation for you to take part in. From Watoga, you can take a stroll on the Greenbrier River Trail, a 78-mile stretch of old railroad bed that runs from Cass to Roosevelt. Or you can hop in a kayak or an inner tube and take a float down the Greenbrier River. Please take the time to come and visit Watoga State Park, one of West Virginia's many natural wonders.